This is just disgusting. Matter of fact, I'm going to skip the intro for this one because this is disgusting. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm going to say a whole lot, but I'm going to wait.
A Texas middle school is now apologizing to parents 6 months after students were asked to play a game in class by their teacher that had 13-year-old girls pretending to be, quote, seducing hookers. The school leader sharing this statement.
Y'all heard that, right? The game was, okay, kids, make sure y'all come to school tomorrow. I got a great game for y'all. It's going to be an amazing game. So when you guys come, just be prepared and wear something scantily clad, okay? Wear something to really show off your assets because, listen, I'm going to tell you tomorrow. I know it sounds weird, but I'm going to tell you tomorrow. Then when the kids get there to school, they are told to play hookers. Play like you're a hooker, all right? Play like you're the lady who was claiming that Donald J. Trump paid you $100,000. Play like you're her. That's what we're doing. Oh my gracious. This is what they're doing to our kids, man.
Quote, seducing hookers. The school leader sharing this statement. Sometimes we stumble with activities, with actions or words like hooker or seduce should never have a place in our schools. While the intent was never to sexualize a child, I recognize that the impact may have caused students to feel uncomfortable or traumatized. Laura Maria Gruber pulled her daughter out of that school after learning about this. She joins me now. Laura, thank you for being with us. Tell us what happened.
So exactly what you guys shared. It was actually boys and girls that were asked to participate in this game. If you've heard of it or if you've Googled it, it's basically a replacement of rock, paper, scissors, which they could have just played rock, paper, scissors. And it has children pose, role play a angry bear, a shooting hunter to another peer, right, pointing to another peer, and then a seducing hooker with a hand behind the ear and one on the hip. So that's, they were lined up in order of maturity level, so youngest to oldest in one class. And then in another class, they were lined up, or they were actually offered candy. So, and it was two separate teachers in two separate classrooms.
Wow, so this is a school-wide game. Replacing rock, paper, scissors. Okay, you're gonna act like you're shooting your classmate, their bear, okay? So you're hunting him. You're gonna act like you're a hooker. So yeah, put your hand behind your head, put your hand on your hip, shake it a little bit, all right? And you're gonna be the pimp that you're managing her, and you're gonna be one of her customers, potential customers, okay? That's what you're gonna do. And the winner is gonna receive candy, all right? And the game is so, it's so effective, and everybody loves playing it so much that other classrooms actually do it too.
Oh, so this happened in more than one class?
Yes, I got actually reports from 3 children, my child in one class, 2 children in another class were able to corroborate that it happened in 2 classes, yes.
So your daughter came home and told you about this. Was it the day it happened?
The moment, like the second I picked her up, yeah.
Was she upset?
She was absolutely, her word is cringed, absolutely grossed out, yes.
So the school's response, what was their immediate response, or was there one? Because now we're seeing 6 months later, they're saying sorry. Is that good enough?
No, it's not good enough, but
6 months later? What the holy, what? Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to speak amongst the teachers here, and we'll make sure we reach out to the parents very soon, because we take this seriously. We take it so seriously. So we're gonna reach out to y'all very quickly and let you guys know how we feel about the whole thing. We are sorry that your kids had to go through this. 6 months later, oh, we sorry. Y'all not sorry. Y'all, what?
But their immediate response was like, okay, let's schedule a meeting, right? Which I had no idea that I had never done a school grievance before. I had no idea what I was signing up for. I met with the principal through Zoom a week later. So I requested the meeting a Monday. I was able to get on with her on a Friday. And basically they do intake, they listen to you, and then they make you wait. I got a reply from her basically saying that she had granted some of the remedies that I requested, which were a few. One of them that was granted was that she had communicated, sent a letter to parents saying that there were counseling services or, therapy services available at the school. What I didn't know is that it never really referenced the game at all. So why are we sending a vague letter home saying that there's counseling available at school when the parents don't know, what that's for?
Exactly. And I also want to point out the fact that this mom is noticeably upset, very disturbed by what's going on. I'm very shaky in explaining what's going on. She don't want to talk about this. What she do want to talk about is y'all removing this BS from the schools. But then the school sends out these letters to parents, not even addressing the original issues. 6 months later, they're trying to sweep it under the rug like nothing happened, because we don't want anything on paper showing that we actually had kids dressing up like hookers and pimps inside the school. Nah, we don't want that at all. Not at all. Like your 13-year-old was dressing up like or acting like what we told them a prostitute is supposed to act like. And they're not even going to address it in the letters to the teachers. This is trash, pure trash, man. They're taking absolutely no account. How can they teach the kids accountability and responsibility when they're not doing that themselves?
And then also she stated that although she felt the game was inappropriate, that she didn't consider it sexualization of children. And then from there, I appealed, and I appealed to her boss, who's the deputy superintendent, head of schools here in San Antonio. And he said the same thing. We support, the first level. I also don't think that it was sexualization of children. The next guy told me the same thing, who's the superintendent. This is the regional superintendent of schools here. I appealed, and this was all over about a month to, each. I waited about a month or so between each reply. So here we are now at 5 months, and I get, or 4 months, and I get a reply back from the CEO of schools. So she's in charge of all Texas schools and tells me the same thing. I support my staff, and I don't believe that that kids receive sexual education through this. I don't believe that kids were sexualized through this. So at this point, I go to the board. So I go to the board and. Yes, sorry.
Really quickly. So do you think that they're just now getting around to this? Have there been other kids pulled out of the school? Is it just because they're trying to clean up?
I know one other child was pulled out, but I don't, I don't know of any other. As soon as this happened, I pulled my child out. So I didn't really get to address it with other families. And I do know that they just weren't communicated with. Like, details were not sent home. So why would a parent pull their child if they had no clue? So they waited 5.5 months after the board got angry to send a letter home with details. So
yeah, you said that the parents didn't know this happened until that letter came out. I bet that was very startling for a lot of people.
Yeah, they still didn't know what happened. Even when the letter came out, they didn't know what happened because the teachers would not explain exactly what happened. They would not cover it. As a matter of fact, they kept on wiping it like, come on, just go away. Can we just issue something to her because she's been a nuisance right now? Yeah, just tell her you're sorry. Tell her you're sorry and send out something generic to all the other parents to let them know that we have done some investigations. We don't see anything happening wrong to our children. But if our children are offended by anything that we allegedly did in class, in school, then we have some counseling for them. All right, some generic counseling for them. All right, that's cool. Was that good enough, ma'am? Huh? Was that good enough? Hopefully that shuts her up. There's absolutely no respect that they're showing to the families nowadays, man, and that's unfortunate. That's why a lot more people are homeschooling their children. But I digress. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know about this in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button and share on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I'm Van, and now we are all the LFR family, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video, hopefully inside the Patreon as well. Y'all have been amazing per usual. Love y'all, and don't forget to go to lfrfamily.com and ask me about the Bang Bang Tea.